Women head 23 million households in rural India. 79% of these live on half a dollar per day. It's the women in the rural India who holds the whole family together. So if a woman can manage a home, they can manage a little village very well. But she does not know she is so important. This is where non-profit organizations like CORD come into picture. By promoting skill development, education, and welfare, the organization has worked extensively with rural communities, especially women, to make them self-sufficient. At the heart of the women development are the Mahila Mandals, or the women's self-help groups. It is from this program that all other programs blossom. It serves as a forum for women to share the social and economic concerns and actively participate in village interests and issues. Such groups brings the women together and encourage their self-confidence. Women are also encouraged to form microcredit self-help groups. One such story is that of Shrishta Devi. She belonged to the village of Sidhbari. She had the knowledge and skills to take herself out of poverty, but she didn't have the capital. She learned how to sew at a young age from her parents, but she was barely able to provide for her 3 children and meet her household expenses. Seeing the many opportunities that CORD's self-help groups provided, she knew this was her chance to solve her financial problems. She joined a self-help group in her community and gave 20 rupees each month into a joint account. These self-help groups are a form of microbanking that allow women to access credit. Many a times, the poor are considered to be unbankable because of their lack of collateral. But with access to credit from the self-help groups, Shrishti Devi felt empowered to extend her small business and specialize in making bags. She received training from CORD on how to make these bags and what designs will sell in the market. Through a loan from the self-help group, she bought a new sewing machine and made 150 bags each month. Shrishti Devi took charge and changed the course of her own fate and is now a successful entrepreneur. There are more women who benefited from these groups and are now able to provide for their families. Let us now hear from Meena Devi, her story.
Is our fellow student Mehak. She interviewed Meena Devi. Meena Devi lost her husband to an unfortunate accident. He was the sole breadwinner in the family. Taking matters into her own hands, she reached out to the local village Mahila Mandal to borrow some money and to start her own animal husbandry business. She borrowed a mere sum of 15,000 and started with 3 goats. But at the time of her visit, she was happily the owner of more than 15 goats and a few chickens. She spoke very highly of the Mahila Mandal and the micro banking that Mahila Mandal undertook.
These stories are testament of how women of rural India today are not only self-sufficient but in most cases are able to provide for the family. I personally believe it is the empowerment of the women and the control and management that they're taking over gradually that will bring them more rights than laws will. On this note, I would like to conclude with Steve Jobs' quote that is very relevant even today. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.